empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
And we're back.
Welcome to After the Final Pour. That was good.
That would help you.
No, that was good. Thanks. Welcome to After the... You know what? Having this show on, this is depressing. Welcome to After the Final Pour. I'm Tony.
I'm Brandon.
And we're going to drink something called Worthy Adversary from Fulton Beer.
So, Tony, just tell the backstory how you got that beer and then about that beer. Because there is two stories, right?
Yeah, there's at least one story. Okay. I got this beer for my my 38th birthday, 2020, February 6th, 2020, right before the whole world went to shit. And
from who though?
Gus from Gus and Shanna from
Fisherman's.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, we've been drinking before we did this. This is a legit after.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah, thank you. And they gave this to me for my birthday, and I brought it over earlier this year when the world wasn't shit, and we were going to do an after the final pour, and we didn't end up getting to it. And you brought it out tonight after we had drank 3 other barrel-aged beers.
Ooh, what did we drink?
This isn't a barrel-aged beer.
What did we drink before this?
Wow, thank you for guiding this.
Yes.
We drank Half Acres Benthic. Then we drank, which is their barrel-aged, bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout with toasted coconut and coffee, which was fan-fucking-tastic. My first time having it. Then we had Lake Effect Super Shake this year, barrel-aged Super Shake, which is their collaboration with Superdog. And then we had the 2019 Fanny's Lake Effect Chocolate Cake Bourbon Barrel-Aged Stout. And
Correct.
So then, Brandon, you and I were sitting outside by the fire. I said something, and you had said, "Oh, another beer? Okay." And here we are, doing it after the final pour, back inside your warm house, because it is...
Get a little bit nippy outside.
It says 45 degrees. I gotta think it's colder than that at this point. So Worthy Adversary is a Russian Imperial Stout. And on the bottle it says, "Ordinary guys brewing extraordinary beers. Worthy Adversary is an unchecked aggression of dark flavors. This rich stout is about drawing a line in the sand. It's a 9.5% ABV by volume, 81 IBU, 12 fluid ounce beer." Does Fulton Brewing exist anymore?
I don't know. I don't. Fulton Brewing?
That's the name of it.
Yeah, so like this, we were not holding on to this beer for any means other than to just find a time to drink it. So, tonight seemed appropriate. Turn my volume up a bit. There we go. Yeah, so tonight did not seem like it was an odd time to do it. We were looking for another beer to drink. So, like I said, or like Tony had said, he had brought this over months ago.
Yeah.
For us intending to drink it, and we did not drink it.
I forgot all about it.
And we decided to.
So,
but this is a 2015.
Yeah. So Fulton Brewing. The only thing I can find is Fulton Brewing in. Let me see the bottle real quick. Yeah. It says Fulton Brewing in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's see. Is that what? Yeah, this is Fulton Brewing. It's temporary closed. So that's probably COVID.
Not
situation.
To be confused with the Fulton Goose Island.
Yeah, no.
We don't want to make that distinction at all.
No, we want to make that distinction. No. The tap room is currently closed. Reservations required. Okay, so they're temporary closed only because of COVID. So thank God. Boy, a 5-year-old Imperial Stout. Let me take a sip here. The bitterness really stands out. It's very high IBUs. Again, we've come to say this on a lot of shows that don't age beers, just drink them fresh. I'm not sure if it's because it's been sitting for so long that it's 5 years old. It's very bitter, not astringent, but it's almost like a licorice type of bitterness I'm getting from this beer. It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm not getting the licorice.
What do you get from it, buddy?
Oh, maybe in the end I am. Yeah. So I'm getting more like some dark fruit. God, what is that?
Dates.
Maybe. Well, maybe.
Plums.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Raisins.
Those would be dark fruits.
I'm just naming on a dark fruit there.
Yeah, but I'm getting something like that in the end. The first taste is kind of pleasant. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a good beer, and then it just goes into this myriad of like other flavors that I just can't describe. Would I describe it as a bad beer? Like, okay, so excuse me, from a first time drinking it 5 years later, I wouldn't say it's a bad beer, but I'm like, there's something off.
Yeah. It has not. I don't think it's aged well. And like as we started this, aging beers, man, there is.
Well, that's kind of been our thing.
Yeah.
Like we started this whole like with the 212 roundtable, going into the malting hour, talking about aging, like these beers that I've had and other people have had for like years, and kind of going into that. And the common theme has been like it's just they're good but not great.
No, and as we're recording this, just recently I have had this year's 2020 Bourbon County brand stout from Goose Island. As you know, this is an unofficial Goose Island podcast because I want to fucking talk about them.
Hey-o.
Yeah, I know that's a bad thing. But I had Bourbon County this year, and I realized that, just drinking fresh, regular Bourbon County is delicious. And we drank this Benthic from Half Acre earlier. That's their bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with coconut and coffee, and it was delicious. Just fresh beers make more sense. That's the brewers make these beers for you to drink them fresh. And that's what talking about. I think that was what founders had always said about their KBS. Drink it fresh. They've aged it for you to drink it right there and then. Don't age it. I don't think there's any aged beer that I've had that I've been like, oh man, it's so much better that it's been aged. It's always been there's different flavors in it, but it's never been like, oh, it's always been better. It's always been such a great a beer in comparison to what it could have been. I think fresh is always best.
I agree, but so funny that you mentioned that. Like on the tag of this beer, it says this beer ages well. And we don't know how it was aged before it came to you.
True.
And then you brought it here, and it's lived in the same spot.
Yeah.
In my place, since we decided to open it. But yeah, I don't know. Like again, I don't know if any type of different aging would have done this beer any better.
It just I don't know how much this beer holds. It's not. I don't know if it's fair. Hi, Aggie. I don't know if it's fair to say anything about this beer as far as what it could have been and what it should have been, other than if you have aged this beer, I think you have done this beer an injustice. And as we've kind of become our talking points for a lot of the beers that we've had that have been aged, it's just not worth it. It's not worth aging these beers. Drink all of your barrel-aged beers, imperial beers. Drink them all fresh as much as possible, as fast as possible. Just drink all the beers. Sorry, that was me trying to buy time for when Brandon coming back to get rid of Aggie, my niece, my cat niece. But yeah, overall, I think this beer would have been really good fresh, to be honest.
Agreed.
I think it would have been really good. Speaking of delicious beers, I don't know when this, after the Final Four is coming out, but tonight was the first night that we got to try the cinnamon bun imperial stout that you and I brewed, and it's fucking tasting awesome.
I can't wait for that, man.
I did want to throw that out there. It's going to be nice to, wherever this, after the Final Four may land, where we're at as actually having that beer. Super excited.
Me too.
We had a lot of good stouts tonight overall, man.
Yeah.
Tonight was a good stout Saturday. As we're recording this, just so you guys know, this is the Saturday after 2020 Thanksgiving weekend. We actually got a chance to get together and have some beers, so that's nice. In a little bubble because we were very safe and we had Thanksgiving at home separately.
That we
with
did.
Just the people that we live with. So
Yeah.
there we go. Well, overall, I would say this probably was a really good beer at one point.
Agreed. Not a good beer.
No. But hey, that's what after the final pour is all about, right? Right.
Agreed.
Cheers to that.
I did, and I drank it.
Oh, okay, cool. And we're out.